Greetings, everyone. I'm Chauncey Williams from WhatDoIDoNow.biz, the author of the book for helping people with their credit and debt and planning for financial success. And this is lesson 2, creating a personal spending plan. Let's get right into it. Create a personal spending plan. A personal spending plan, I call it a PSP for short, is another important tool that is designed to assist you in becoming debt-free. It is one of the most effective strategies available and is based on the principles of goal setting and evaluation. Just as we set educational goals, career goals, and financial goals, we create a spending plan and take steps necessary to accomplish our monthly spending goals. As with any goal, we take action towards completion, evaluate the situation to see if our approach is working, and change and redirect as necessary to remain on target. When we reach our goal, we again evaluate our new situation and begin to set new and additional goals. The same is true for our personal spending plan. In the next chapter, we will focus on creating an effective spending plan that will be designed to increase with your happiness and fulfillment as its number one objective. Remember, like any goal, your personal spending plan will change and grow as your situation does. Goals. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Now, we're not talking about being successful, because if you don't know where you're going, you could be just like these people right here, blindfolded and trusting based on your terrible spending habits, that you're going to end up in success because you are fantasizing about and meditating on something instead of putting a PSP together. And the PSP is made to make sure that you reach your financial goals. Not another worksheet. That's what you're probably thinking. You're like, not another one. If you have taken the time to develop your monthly spending log, congratulations. We will only be adding to this when creating our personal spending plan. The PSP is basically an extension or a modification of your existing monthly spending log. The categories that you have used will again be used as your personal spending plan. To create your PSP, complete the following steps. Copy all of the spending categories from your monthly spending log onto a new sheet of paper in the same order they appear on the monthly spending log. And also we have a link provided where you can click on and have this actual document. Number 1, identical to the monthly spending log, creates columns for the 4 weekly totals in each category. 2, the column that had what was labeled a total monthly spending log, write the actual word. 3, create additional column to the right of the actual column and label it plan. Finally, add 1 additional column to the right of the plan column and label it difference. Make copies of this original chart to be used in the next few months. Make copies of this original chart to be used in the next few months. Now, I put that twice on purpose because a lot of times people are like, I'm not doing that. Personal spending plans help you eliminate that credit card debt, the bill that you have, and you figure out how am I ever going to get out of this. This is how you get out of it. Okay? Completing your first PSP. Begin by listing all your total monthly net income after taxes on the top of the page, because the goal of this program is to assist you in eliminating your debt. The author assumes that each student has a goal of spending less than they earn each month. I hope you do. Therefore, your net income should be as highly visible ceiling that is considered when planning your spending each month. This is your starting point. Evaluate one category at a time. Ask yourself the following question. Number 1, is this a fixed or variable expense? If the expense is variable, proceed to the next question. Variable means does it change? Fixed means does it stay the same? If the expense is food, write the expense down in the plan box on your PSP for that category. That will most likely be fixed. Decide if your spending in this area was too high, appropriate, or unusual for the low month. When your spending is in a category was too high, decide how much you want to spend in that category next month and enter that amount in the plan box of your PSP for the category. Continue this process for all categories and decide on your spending plan for each month. In some categories, you may even decide to spend more money next month. Now, that's I use NerdWallet and I use this, and I sit down with I write down scripture and I pay all my bills, and I always monitor what I'm spending, and I plan my fund, and I plan my impulse expenses. These shoes are coming out, or this is about to happen, or I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this for myself, self care. So it's not self care is not an impulse expense for me, but I plan to have fun. So eventually, you can't put fun in a can. You can't put fun in a. You can put it in a picture, but you can't actually sell it to somebody else. You can actually, it's not tangible, but you got to be able to have it in your life to make sure that you have balance. So when you are entered a figure into the plan box for each category, total all your plan expenditures and compare them to your monthly net income. If your plan expenditures total exceeds your monthly net income, you must consider each variable expense and reduce until your total plan spending is equal to or lower than your net income. So create a personal spending plan. We're still on this PSP. Points to keep in mind when completing the PSP. Do not set your plan PSP goals too low. Don't do that, because you'll be like, oh, I only make I let's give you a hypothetical example. I make $1,000. All my goals gonna be $200 a month. Well, you're not gonna have nothing. You're not gonna be able to go anywhere, do anything. So failure to achieve them will only result in frustration for you. Your problems with debt did not happen overnight. They cannot be fixed in 1 month. You can't. It's not gonna be abracadabra. This spending plan is designed to assist you in improving your quality of life. Don't attempt to cut out all the enjoyable things and remain happy. You can't. It's like you gotta have scissors. A decision, like I talk about the model that we have, you think, feel, and act. You can't just be impacted by negative things all the time. You gotta make decisions to say, when I do this, it might take me a year, it might take me a couple months, it might take me 2 years, but when I'm done, my life is going to be better. I'm going to be able to move forward. So that's kind of decisions I want you to make. For each of the planned variable expenses, divide the monthly total into weekly and daily totals if possible. Evaluate weekly. When completing your weekly spending log, check your spending progress in each category by comparing your weekly totals to your monthly plan total. So evaluation time. At the end of the month, use your monthly spending log. Record your actual expenses for each category in the actual column on your PSP. Next, total your actual column and compare this to your net income. How did you do? Were you successful in spending less money this month than you earned? Was there money left over at the end of the month? Next, for each category, compare your actual expense to your planned expenses. How well did your actual spending compare to your planned spending? Compute the difference and record in the difference column. If you spent more than planned, actual is greater than planned, enter the difference as the positive number. If you spend less than planned, actual is less than planned, enter this number as a negative number. Enter 0 if you plan equated your actual spending. Actual spending equal to plan. That means you won. You did it. You planned it out. But everybody's not going to be like that. It's going to be you going to be under or over. The difference column helps you decide on the future planning. Was your estimate for planning spend too high in any category? Is there room for the additional savings in that area? Or was your estimated planned spending too low for a particular category? You may want to compensate for overspending in a particular area last month by spending less money next month. Whatever the case, you should adjust your PSP so that you may achieve your spending goals comfortably while spending less money that is earned each month. As you will see in the next section, that it's extra money at the end of the month can be an incredibly powerful tool in helping you to eliminate your debt at an accelerated pace. You hear that? Learn to pay off stuff. It is great. It is a fun feeling to do it. Being able to own things before they get too old. A lot of times when you have bad credit, you buy stuff that people already done paid off, and they trade their car in, and then they sell it to you. So you just imagine they done been paid it off. Then they sell it to you. You got to finance it. The car been sold 3 or 4 times. Just because you got bad credit, you got to finance it. So think about that. So you want to learn how to pay things off and get that feeling of saying, hey, that car note that I was paying, that's in the bank for the last 3 years. because my credit was good enough where I can get a decent car. So now I have to pay a car note when the car is financed and paid off. A lot of times people say, oh, you got your loan 48 months. When you're done, you can trade it in. Like, when I'm done paying it off, no, I don't want no more debt. Oh, you can trade it in now? No, I'm going to ride it, see if I can get another 4 years out of it for free. How about that? Or forever. And here's a personal spending plan, an example, a breakdown of it, and there's a link for that you can click on that you also can see that actual spending plan. It'll take you right there. So it breaks down the weeks, the actual, the plan, the difference. That's the categories I just explained. So if it's actual, and then you say all the plan column, you're going to have before that. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back to that before we go to the next one. The plan column is going to all be there. All the plan, you're going to put that there before. So then when it actually happens, that goes here, actual. So actual might be greater, actual might be less. Whatever the difference is here. And then you have that total. And you're like, hold up, I can save more money if I spend. If you got your app going, you're tracking that, all right? That makes sense. So this is lesson 2, creating a personal spending plan. I'm Chauncey Williams, WhatDoIDoNow.biz. Check out the website, check out the book. I've helped a lot of people, and you could be the next one.